Hare Krishna, everyone. Hari Bol. Hope you all are good and safe and sound at home. If you all remember, last year also we did lots and lots of stories. Most of you must have heard those. And again, summers have started. Summer breaks are going to start very soon. So again, we are back with loads and loads of stories. Hope you all are excited to hear. We will just start in a couple of minutes. Exact 11:30 we will start, okay? It's 11:26 right now. We will start at exact 11:30. Till then we will wait, okay?
Surya Mataji, can we start? Are you ready?
Okay, children. Yes, Mataji. Ready. So we'll start now. Okay, so let us start. I'll just share my screen. You all help me with this if you all can. Mataji, you help me with this if you can see the screen properly. Just a minute. Yeah, is it clear, Mataji?
Yes, very much. Thank you.
Okay. So once upon a time, there was a very beautiful village, and close to that village, there was a very big forest, very big and dense forest. All the people and animals lived there happily together. You know, you can see people are also there. Then there are animals, dogs, cats, and there are different animals all together. But in that forest, there was one very fierce tiger, and he wasn't a good one. So there were many tigers in that forest, but amongst them, this one was extremely naughty, and he used to trouble everyone. He used to trouble the animals, he used to trouble the humans. Sometimes he would go in the village or the city close by. Sometimes he would kill small little animals in the jungle. Look how he's killing this tiny little bird. So he was very cruel. All the animals were really upset with him. But since he was very strong, they couldn't really do anything about it. And they used to, make so much plans. What can we do? What can we do? But to no avail. They could not do anything. One day, two hunters were passing by that forest. And these two hunters were expert in hunting tigers. So they knew all the tricks how to hunt tigers. So one by one, they started hunting all the tigers, and they started putting them into the cage. And finally, this one hunter, he could put this tiger also in the cage. Now all the animals were so relaxed and happy. Now they could roam around freely, and they were all they were feeling very safe and comfortable, because the tiger who was disturbing them all these days was no more there. And then finally, it was all settled. Yeah, just give me a minute, please. I'll just be back. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah. So now the hunters, they went back. Look, they put so many different tigers in the cages. One day, a traveler was passing by. And this traveler, he was very kind at heart, very soft at heart when he saw the tigers in the cage. You know, the animals are not really happy in the cages. But this one was bad, so he was supposed to be put in the cage. But otherwise, when we go to zoos, and there when we see the animals, they are not really happy. Because what they like to roam around freely. Would we like to be locked up in a room? No, no. We like that, okay, we can go anywhere we want. So same with the animals. So when this traveler, he saw that the tiger was locked in the cage, he felt very sorry for the tiger, and he spoke to the tiger. And this forest, that was a very special forest. All these animals can speak. So this traveler spoke to the tiger that, how come you are in the cage? And the tiger said, I'm so hungry and thirsty since so many days, and my stomach is aching badly. Can you please take me out of the cage? But the traveler said, but then you'll have to promise me that you will not hurt anyone, you will not kill me, you'll not eat me. He said, yeah, honestly, I promise you, I'll not disturb anyone. Just get me out of the cage somehow. He said, okay, fine, I'll help you with that. And this nice, kind man, he opened the lock of the cage, and the tiger came out. Now, just imagine what the tiger would have done. How this tiger was, he was always naughty, huh? He was always very cruel. And look what he did. He jumped over this traveler, and he wanted to just kill him. And then the traveler said, oh my God, tiger, what are you doing? You promised me that you won't kill me. We were supposed to be friends. I helped you, so you're supposed to help me back. The tiger said, no, I am hungry since so many days. These people had put me in the cage, and now I'm gonna kill everyone I see. The traveler said, no, no, please don't do that. You were not supposed to do that. At least listen to me something. Please just hold on. The tiger said, okay, fine. And suddenly there came the fox. He said, okay, what's the matter? What's the matter? And you know, by nature, foxes are very clever. They're very smart. He said, what's the matter? Just tell me what's happening. Then the traveler said, you know, I helped him and he's not helping me back. I opened the door, opened the cage, and now he's ready to kill me. He wants to eat me. The fox started laughing. He said, oh my God, you foolish being. How you're saying that this tiger was in the cage inside? He was in the cage first? You must be kidding, because that's just not possible. It's such a small cage. And the tiger is huge. How can he fit in the small cage? That's just not possible. Now the traveler said, Arey Baba, I'm telling the truth. He was actually inside. Trust me. All your animals are same or what? I'm telling you honestly, believe me, this tiger was in the cage. He again started laughing. Oh, Baba, you are joking. This tiger just cannot go inside. And their conversation continued. Koi maan hi nahi raha tha that the tiger can fit into the cage. Now the tiger said, what's the confusion going on? This silly fox, he's not believing only that I can fit into the cage. So he said, fox, are you really silly? You don't believe that I can get into the cage? Let me show you by myself. And this smart, stupid tiger, he went into the cage. And what did the clever fox do? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone guess? You can put it in the chat box. Show me. Tell me what will the fox do? The smart fox. Yes, he just closed the door suddenly. He shut it. And now the tiger was puzzled. Oh my God, what is this? He locked me the door. And then the fox started laughing. You silly fool. Of course, I knew that you were in the cage. It was my trick. And now you are locked inside, and now we're not going to open the door. Now you starve. We don't care now. Because first you got opportunity once. That time you did not value it and you showed your evil behavior. Now we are not going to help you back. So this way, all the animals were back again, safe again, and happy again. Now, because of the intelligence of the fox, everyone was saved. And this fox also taught the traveler a lesson that you should assess the people by their nature. By nature, the tigers are very, this was so hungry tiger. He was, of course, going to kill you. Why did you take him out? And this way, he was locked back. Okay. So this was one story. And anyone wants to say or add on to this story, say anything about it? You can put in the chat box. I can read your messages. Everyone is saying that he was he was locked in the cage. Okay, so we will take up that. Okay, so now we'll take up another story. And this story is, hope you all liked it. Very good. I'm happy that you all liked it. The fox was clever, absolutely. Now comes the story of a stubborn baby elephant. Haribol Mataji, can you see me?
Yes.
Or only the presentation is seen?
Yeah, only the presentation is done.
Only the presentation, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay, so this story is about a stubborn baby elephant. This baby elephant, he was, always, I don't want to play with you. I don't want to eat this. I don't want to hang out with you. I don't want to go out with you. He always had that attitude. He didn't want to spend time even with his family, let alone his friends. Even with Mama, Papa, he did not want to spend time. And he was always sit alone like this, not do anything, feeling bored of every time. And look how all the family members having such a gala time. See, can you see Mama with a purple bow and their daughter, the baby elephant sister with a pink bow? So cutely and nicely, they all are playing, no, splashing water at each other. And this little fellow, he did not want to do any of these things. Huh? So one fine day, Mama and Papa came up to him and they said that we are going for a stroll in the forest. Would you like to come along with us? Baby elephant said, no, I am not interested. I don't want to come. He said, it'll be fun, Baba. Come no. Let's go all together. We will bathe in the river and we will eat sugar canes and we'll do a lot of masti. He said, no, I don't want to come. I'll better be home. I said, okay, fine. So they all left for the picnic. And he was back home alone. So first of all, he went to the pond and he started bathing. But can we have maza alone? Can we, for how much long will you do alone? Na? He got bored in some time. And then he came out of the water and he thought that, no, I'll go out for a walk by myself. First of all, and while going, he was just thinking that, it's so boring to be like an elephant. I don't like to be an elephant. It's so boring. And suddenly he saw a deer, a beautiful deer. And the deer was jumping and hopping like that. And the baby elephant thought, oh, it's so much fun to be like a deer. How nicely he can hop. No, I'm so fatty. I'm so, I just cannot really jump, but I would like to try. And he tried. And when he tried, what happened? He fell down and bumped his head. Ekdam usko chakkar aa gaya ki, oh Baba, I'm so heavy, I cannot jump so much. So he went ahead. No, I don't want to be like a deer. Let's move ahead. And then he saw a troop of monkeys on the tree. And the monkeys were swinging from one branch to another, and they were eating fruits, and they were jumping, and they were doing a lot of fun. He said, oh, wow, it's such fun to be on the trees, and, you can easily jump from here to there. He wanted to be like monkey. And as he was thinking, the monkeys came over the elephant. And someone was pulling his ear, someone was pulling his tail, someone was pulling his hair, someone was pulling his trunk. And he was like, oh, Baba, leave me. Don't pull me so much. It gets hurt. I feel hurt. The monkey started laughing because these monkeys are like that only. They don't really, I'm sure you must have seen monkeys and how they are. So then he said, oh my God, I can't be like a monkey. He moved ahead. And then he saw a squirrel inside a tree hole. He thought, wow, what a cute, beautiful little creature it is. And it has got such a nice little home, no, inside the trunk. And he put his head inside the trunk. Now just imagine what will happen when an elephant puts his head inside a tree hole. He got stuck there. Oh, it's hurting. I have to get out of it. This house is too small for me. I just cannot fit in. And he came out. He said, nah, Baba, cannot be like a squirrel also. Very difficult. And so he moved ahead. And then he saw a beautiful bird. And he was amazed to see that, wow, how nicely she's flying. How nicely the bird is flying so freely. This one was a baby elephant. So he did not really know many other animals. That is why he's wondering what is about. And he isn't even with his parents to guide. So when we are with our parents, they guide us about everything. But he wasn't with the parents also. So then he said, wow, he spoke to the bird that, dear beautiful creature, can you please teach me how to fly? I really like it. I really like to see you. I really want to fly. The bird said, yeah, you were a generous one. She said, yeah, sure. Why not? Let's come. I will teach you. So they all reached the top of the cliff of a mountain, and the bird said, so here we are. Now from here, we're going to start a practice of flying. What you have to do is, she told him all the rules, that you have to open your wings like this and fly like this and go up in the air and then this and that and everything she was telling. The elephant said, oh, it's so easy. I will also do like this. No problem. Then the bird said, okay. And so she took a flight and she was up in the air. And the elephant copied her. What happens to the elephant when he tries to fly? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone guess? Just imagine what will happen to this poor little elephant. He fell down and bumped his head. And look, thankfully there was a pond. Otherwise, if it had been land, तो उसको पता नहीं कितना लगता. But thankfully there was a pond. So he and elephants by nature, they're very fond of swimming. They're very fond of playing in the water. So he fell down and he bumped his head and he was like, "Oh, Baba, oh God, it hurt me so badly. Can't fly. It's very difficult." And so he came out of the water crying, "Oh my God." And though he was clean earlier, now he had all dust, sand all over, mud all over his body. His leg was aching, his back was aching, and the head was spinning. And he was not in a condition to go back home. He just sat along the bank of that river, of that water body, whatever it was. So he just sat down there, was just looking up at the sky, getting bored again, what to do, what not to do. Suddenly, he saw that there was a nest high up on the tree, and a tiny little baby bird, a chick of the bird, it fell down from the nest in the same pond where he fell down. And when he saw that, he was just so scared to see that, oh my God, what happened to the baby bird? And immediately, without thinking of anything, without even giving a second thought to anything, he jumped in the water. And with the help of his trunk, what did he do? He found out, because when the mother came back, she was very worried. "Someone help me, someone help my baby, someone help my baby has fallen down." And this baby elephant, with the help of his trunk, he found out the chick, and nicely he placed it up on the ground. And when the mama bird came, she was so much grateful and thankful to the baby elephant. She said, "I'm really grateful to you, for you saved my baby." The elephant said, yeah, the baby's still alive. I can hear the heart breathing. So you just make her feel a little comfortable, press her stomach so the water comes out, and just take care of it. And then she immediately did all of that. And the mother bird was really, really thankful, that "Thank you so much for saving my baby." Then on the way back home now, for the first time, the baby elephant felt very nice at heart, that yes, I can be of use to someone. And it feels so great when we help someone. There is no fun when you're alone doing a certain thing. You alone want to play, you alone want to study, you alone want to go out. It's always fun when we do things together, when there are people around. And of course, it is even more fun when we are not doing it for ourselves and we are doing it for others. Now here, when he helped the baby bird, he felt very good at heart. That's so nice. Now by looking at the face, the happiness on her face, he felt very happy. So he said, "Okay, fine, it's okay, no problem. Just take care of the baby now." And he left. Now, on his way back, few thoughts came in his mind. He started, recollecting his thoughts which he had earlier. Then he again saw the birds. He again saw the deer and the monkeys and the squirrel. But this time, he did not want to be like any of them. He was happy with what he is. And he started remembering his parents, and he started being grateful that it's so amazing to have such a nice family. They're so nice and kind to me, and my parents are there to take care of me. And when his mama came back from the picnic, he quickly rushed and hugged his mama tightly, and he apologized to mama for being rude and stubborn, and promised her that I will not be like that anymore. So that's the end of this story. Hope you all liked it. Now, what did you all learn from this story? I want to see your messages. Just write it down, whatever you learned, and one thing that you are grateful of. Then we will move on to the third story. But I want to know what you are thankful to Krishna for in your life. What is one thing which you're really thankful of? Please write down in the chat box so that I can read it. Krishna has blessed us with so many things. We are thankful to Krishna for so many things. What are you thankful for? Someone can be, you all can be thankful for your parents, then for your friends, family, for the nice life that we've got, for the nice food that we eat every day, for the nice surroundings that we are in. Come on, everyone. Please write it. Or should we do the third story and then take it? Then if someone wants to share also, you can speak up. Okay, let's do it that way. Mataji, I'm audible? Is the voice clear? Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hari Bol. Can someone please help me if I'm audible? Hare Krishna. You all can write in the chat. Someone can please write it in the chat box just to make sure if I'm audible, because.
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now let us move on to the third story. The selfish crocodile. Now this is a story about a crocodile who was very selfish. He lived in a pond, and he used to, you consider himself to be the king of that pond, and he won't let any other animal to be in the pond, to use the pond. And you know, all the animals are dependent on the water body that is there in the surrounding for drinking purposes, and he won't let anyone drink water from that pond. So they had to travel a lot to go to the another area or another pond to drink water, and that was very tiring. But no one would dare, you know, argue with this crocodile, because he was very giant and the other animals were really scared. So this is how it was happening. And whenever, by any chance, if any animal would come there, he would open his mouth and he would shout aloud that the animals would just feel scared and they would just taken aback. Oh my God, please don't shout and loudly so much. They would just run away from him. So can you look at his fierce eyes and his sharp teeth? How he would do how, as if, you know, it's looking as if it's just going to eat up everyone. And the animals, can you see how the animals are scared? Oh my God. And even the birds and the small little flies, they're all scared of this crocodile. So they would share what they would prefer to. They would prefer to run away, go to the other pond and drink water from there instead of drinking from here, instead of going near the crocodile. But it was in everyday story. So they were all very, you know, tired and you know, pissed that how can it go like this? It's not working like this. They would make many plans, but the crocodile would never ever become friends. Some days he would be nice with them. Some day he would let them drink. But the other days again, his mood would be off and he would say, no, you cannot drink water from here. So then, look, can you see how he would just lie down near the bank of that river and he would keep his tooth on and just lying and slouching on his bed and having a gala time alone. So one day, all the animals, they heard a loud groan, a loud noise, and they were all wondering, oh my God, where is it coming from? And they realized that it was coming from the pond where this crocodile lived. They were wondering, has he eaten some animal? What is this? but they couldn't hear, or they saw कि नहीं बाबा सब यहीं पे हैं, कोई animal missing नहीं है, and they were wondering फिर whose noise is this? And then again it came, the loud noise, and again they were like perplexed. Oh my God, what is this noise coming from? It looks like the crocodiles. So they all rushed. Is he in pain? Has he died or something like that? They just wanted to find out. So they all rushed there. And when they were, look how they are all wondering, what has happened? What is this noise coming from? And can you see the tiny little mouse over there, over this hippo? And then there is a deer, there is giraffe, there are so many different other animals. And then they saw that it was the noise of the crocodile. And the crocodile was in, the crocodile was in deep trouble. He was only the one who was crying in pain. And then they all rushed to him and they asked him, what happened, crocodile? Even though the crocodile was always so bad to them, the animals were very kind by nature. So when they saw the crocodile crying in pain, they weren't like that कि नहीं बाबा अभी इसको मरने दो, इसने तो हमें कभी हमारा help नहीं किया. They went near him and they asked him the matter. What happened, crocodile? How come you're crying in pain today like this? Then the crocodile said, actually, my tooth is aching badly. And, I don't know if you've ever experienced this. Even if a small little thing will get stuck in the teeth, no, it pains like hell. It pains a lot. And the crocodile had a tooth which was broken and it was aching badly. And that's why he was crying in pain. Then the animal started wondering that, is he some trick? Is he trying to fool us? That, someone would try to fix his teeth and then he would eat that up. Yeah, ऐसा कुछ गड़बड़ plan तो नहीं है इसका. They were all wondering and figuring out that what can it be? And suddenly a tiny little mouse, can you all see the tiny little mouse? He came running over the crocodile and straight into his mouth. Oh my God, what a brave being it is. He just rushed and the animals were astonished. Oh my, where is this mouse heading to? He wants to die or what? And he immediately went inside his mouth and he took off his broken tooth with his hands. And he was a very brave one. And look, the size of his tooth is so big, it's almost the size of this mouse. And he took it on his shoulder and took it out, made a hole in the sand and dug the tooth inside the sand. Now, after the tooth was out, the crocodile felt so relieved and so comfortable. He finally sighed of relief. Oh, he had a sigh of relief. Then he started recollecting how evil he has been to all the animals, and ignoring all of that, this little tiny little mouse helped the crocodile. So he felt very guilty and he apologized to all the friends, all his friends who lived around that, and he especially made very good friends with the mouse. And he became very happy. He felt very comfortable. And since that day on, they both, the mouse and the crocodile, they became the best of friends. Every day, the mouse would get some or the other candy for the crocodile, and they would, sit together, eat together. Look how the mouse is nicely sitting on this mouse of the mouth of the crocodile. And this crocodile became very nice and kind because of the generosity of all the other little animals, especially the mouse. And then they became the best of friends. He allowed all the animals to drink in the water. All the animals were back again. This hippo is swimming in the water, squirrel sitting on top, fishes are swimming in the water. See, there are all birds are there, monkeys are there, and they spent a very good time by being good. Now, before I tell you the moral of the stories, I want you all to share. Yes. Okay. Okay. So how did you all like the story? Mataji, the children who are raising their hands, can we let them speak now? Because I
Yes.
want them to tell the moral of the story. So we will start with the
Yeah.
last story first. Yeah, Riansh can tell the moral of the last story, the selfish crocodile. Yeah, so you'll unmute him, Mataji.
Rian.
Yes,
Rian.
Mataji.
Okay.
Always be helpful and don't be selfish.
Very nice. We should always be helpful. We shouldn't be selfish. And by being good, we can make others good. Yeah, since how the animals were nice and they could change the heart of the crocodile. Very nice. Anyone else for this? We will take 3 morals from this story.
Miss,
Yeah.
the second story was moral that the little elephant should not be sad that he cannot do things, but he realized in the end that he is also great by himself.
Yeah, we should believe in ourselves. However, wherever we are, we should be confident and we should believe in ourselves that we are really thankful to God for how we are and what we are. We shouldn't copy others. कि वो देखो वो अच्छा लग रहा है ना ज़्यादा, he's more nice, I want to be like that. No. For inspiration, of course, we should look up to nice people, but we shouldn't be sad with ourselves. Very nice. Yes. Anyone else?
We should be happy with what we are.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. We should be happy with what we are.
Thank God for everything.
Yes, we should always express our gratitude. We should always thank God for all that we have. Very nice.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, I learned from the story of the stubborn elephant that God has made everyone excellent in his or own way.
Yeah, everyone has some or the other quality. Like how the birds are expert in flying, the fishes are expert in swimming. Every being, be it human, animal, insect, bird, whatever it is, they are expert in their own ways. And we should respect that. And we shouldn't try to copy. Like you can't try to copy like a bird and fly in the air. You can't copy like that. We can't copy, but we should assess our strength and we should focus on that. Absolutely, Naman. Thank you. Yes. Anyone else?
To be Krishna's devotees.
Yeah, we should always be Krishna. From which story did you learn that? Of course, that is a very nice thing that you've learned. But from these stories, from which one did you learn that we should be Krishna's devotees?
We should not be too selfish. So much.
Absolutely. We shouldn't be selfish. That's the worst thing. When you are only thinking about ourselves and you're not thinking about others. That's really bad. Very nice. What else?
Vivan, you want to say something?
There are 3 more hands, Mataji. Krishna Priya, Jagannath, DR. Even yeah, Krishna Priya wants to say something.
Mataji, I wanted details from the second story. Mataji, I learned from the first story that we shouldn't be cruel.
Yes, we shouldn't be cruel. Absolutely.
Hare
We should
Krishna
be
Mataji,
very kind.
yeah, I wanted to tell from the second story that everyone has different likes and dislikes. If someone want to be a footballer, if someone want to be a writer, we don't. It is not compulsory for one to be become footballer to become one. We can choose our dislikes and likes as our own because Lord has made our different.
Yeah,
So
we should keep. Mhm.
gratitude to himself. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
everyone there is.
Everyone is unique in himself, and um, we will. We should be confident and proud of what we are. We shouldn't copy. We should assess our strength, and then we should keep up with that. Very nice. All of you all are very intelligent. You've learned very nice lessons. I don't need to teach you all with the lessons. You've already learned properly whatever the stories were supposed to teach us, that you've learned already. And yes, of course, we will share the slides on the group. So if you all want to share these stories with someone, if you all want to narrate these stories with someone, you all can please do that. Yes, Naman, you want to say anything?
Vishnu Priya wants to say.
Okay, Krishna Priya. Yes, Krishna Priya. Even Fioni wants to say and Naman wants to say. Okay. We'll take you all one by one.
Yes,
Krishna
Vishnu
Priya, I
Priya.
can't see you. Where are you gone? Yeah, back here. Say.
We can't hear Vishnu Priya.
Priya, press the unmute button, no?
No, she's unmuted herself, yet we can't hear her.
She's not able to. Okay. We can take up Fioni Mataji then.
Miss, can you just tell me the first story of the tiger? When you were telling the story of that tiger, actually, I just got disconnected and I couldn't hear the story.
So I'll tell you very fast. Yeah. So once there was a village, and there was a jungle, and there was a this cruel tiger. He would hurt small animals, and he would kill people also. He would go in the village and kill people, small little children, and all the animals and people were very tired of him. So one fine day, a hunter was passing by, and he caught that in the cage, and he left. Now all the animals were back in peace. But one other day, a traveler was passing by, and this traveler was very kind and sweet and generous at heart. When he saw the tiger in the cage, his heart melted, and he asked the tiger that why you are here. And the tiger was like, oh, I'm thirsty and starving and I'm hungry since so many days. I want to come out. Can you please help me? I promise I won't kill you. And he made all false promises. So when the traveler got convinced, he opened the door and the tiger came out. And when the tiger came out, he jumped over the man to kill him. Now the man said, you promised me that you won't kill him. How come you are killing me now? And then he said, no, I'm very hungry. I'm going to eat up everything now. I'm going to eat everyone now. The traveler said, but you really promised. You can't do like that. Can't break your promises. And by God's grace, a fox was going by. And the fox heard the conversation and he thought of helping. So he said that, what happened? What is the matter? Then the traveler told that this is how it happened. That he had promised, but now he's killing me. So then the fox started laughing that I can't believe that the tiger can fit into the cage. So then the traveler said, I'm telling the truth. Actually, I'm telling you that they were in the cage. He was in the cage. And then they started arguing. When the tiger was listening to this conversation, he said that actually I was inside the tiger. This traveler is not lying, though I was trying to kill him, but the traveler is not lying. I was actually inside the cage. But the fox was not believing only. He said, show me if you can go inside. I can't believe you. Show me if you can really do that. And as soon as the tiger went inside, the clever fox locked the door and the tiger was back again in the cage. Okay, that's what it was. So this is how, because of the clever fox, the all the other animals were saved, and the jungle was safe back again because of the tiger. Because the tiger was no more there. Okay, children. Yes. Anything
Hare
else?
Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Naman. Tell me.
Mataji, the worst one-letter word is I, and the most loving word, 9-letter word, is gratitude.
Yeah, absolutely. So you know what? With I'll tell you one thing. What we should learn is we should close our eye. What is I? The letter I. So we should close our eye and open our eye. Did you understand? Which eye you have to close? The letter I. That we should close. We shouldn't be selfish. That means we shouldn't be selfish. We shouldn't be thinking about only ourselves. Instead, we should open our eye. I means we should open ourselves to others. We should be able to see the problems and the grief of the others also, and then we should be helping them too. Open your eye and open your close your eye and open your eye. Okay, always remember this, children. Okay, so very well. I think we will, if anyone wants to say anything, otherwise, Mataji, we can meet all these wonderful little children in the next class, that is next week. Again, we will be back with very nice stories. Next time, if I think the time, we still have time, so we could, next time I will get 4 stories. Instead of 3, next time I'll get 4.
Jagannath
stories.
wants to say something. Just a minute. Huh?
Yes, Jagannath.
Mataji, we learned from the fox that sometimes strength doesn't work. We have to use our brain also to solve the problem. There's a similar story like the crow and the thirsty crow.
Yeah.
And that the moral is also that sometimes strength doesn't work. You have to use your brain.
Absolutely. We should be intelligent enough, and that's called intelligence. Yeah, that's called.
A warrior is strong enough. A warrior is strong enough when he has strength and also the brain. When his two mixed qualities, the strength and the brain, when they mix all, then he's called a true warrior.
Wonderful. Very well said. This is absolutely right. Because here, though he was so small in size, but because his brain was sharp, he could save everyone. And same applies to the rat also. This little mouse also. What was the size of him? What was his strength? He was so tiny and little. But because of him, because of his goodness, all other animals were saved. Even the crocodile, including the crocodile. Super. Very nice thing that you learned from the story.
Excellent, children. I hope you had a great time. Thank you so much for logging in. Thank you, Surbhi Mataji. You were amazing as usual with the children. Thank you. So, oh my God, there are some more children who want to share something. Okay, we do have 10 minutes. So
Okay, no problem. We will.
More sharings if you have the time.
Yeah,
Surbhi
yeah.
Mataji. All right.
Yeah, we can.
I'll just
Love
unmute
to.
them. Just a minute. Don't feel shy to talk, children. Y'all can just raise your
See, it's such a
hand,
nice
put it on the
platform.
chat box
We all
and
have
can
been
have an
meeting. Now we
interactive
all are friends. Yeah, now we all are friends. We can share whatever we have in our hearts. Yeah, that's what we are here for. Yeah. Who's saying, Mataji?
Mataji,
Naman.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Naman.
Is today there is a 5 p.m. class as well, right?
Yes, Naman. Yes, Naman.
So we have link. Hello.
Sorry,
Hello.
we didn't
Yeah.
hear that, Naman.
So the 5 p.m. class that I was saying. So on the same link that I have joined now, do we have to join that on the same link?
Yes, all the sessions on the same link. Tomorrow morning also 11 o'clock. Tomorrow evening also 5 o'clock. All right.
Mataji, I think Murari wants to say something. Can we please unmute him?
Yeah, I just did. Murari, unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna.
Is that all? Okay, yeah.
And the caterpillar. One day the ants are storing very much food in the hole. One day the ants saw a caterpillar. Oh, caterpillar, you should store for the winter before you will get cold. But the caterpillar said, "Oh, that is so bad. It's summer will always stay here." But the ant is, let's sing together. But the ant didn't agree and went. Winter passed and the caterpillar was very much cold. He's very hungry and cold and very tired. He walked miles and miles to the ant's hole. He found out he get inside and told the ant, and they all ants make him comfortable. The end.
That was so
very nice, lovely, quick and nice. If you remember, we did this last summer. This month only we did. Anyway. Okay, okay, children. So we will see you all next week. I think, Mataji, same time, same day.
Yeah. We should surely do something different and nice with all of you. So please stay tuned in. And I'm going to unmute all of you now. And I want you all to say a big Hari Bol for Surbhi Mataji's lovely session today. So everyone's ready. I'm going to unmute all of you. 1, 2, and 3.
Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Mataji, Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Mataji, Hari Bol! Hari Bol!
Thank you. Surbhi, you're on mute. Thank you.
Okay,
So
thank
much.
you. Hari Bol.